How many auto rigging add-ons for Blender can you name? If you could name more than 2, then good job, but you might be surprised to hear that there are now dozens of auto riggers and their number keeps growing. So are you using the right tool for you? In this video, you'll get a complete overview of Blender's auto rigging scene, and you'll discover tools that you probably didn't know existed. Some of them are seriously underrated. If you want detailed tutorials about a specific tool, let me know in the comments. I need to see serious interest in a specific tool to make it worth the deep dive. So what we'll cover next is up to you. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Okay, we'll start with the big guns. Rigify is by far the most popular auto rigger for Blender, and for a good reason. It's powerful, it is free, and it comes bundled with Blender itself. Just go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, enable Rigify, and you'll be ready to start rigging humans, birds, cats, wolves, and so much more. If you're new to Rigify, there are a ton of tutorials out there, but I recommend my own detailed free series, which you'll find on my resource site. If you go to addons.cgdive.com, rigging, auto rigging, you'll discover many of the add-ons that we'll be talking about in this video. And in each entry, you'll find additional resources that I've gathered, such as download links, tutorials, and other materials to get you started. Next up, the second most popular auto rigger for Blender is Auto Rig Pro. It is a paid add-on, but it has tens of thousands of users. How come? Well, compared to Rigify, Auto Rig Pro offers a smoother user experience and comes with powerful extra features like improved weight painting, retargeting, game engine export, and so much more. If you want to learn Auto Rig Pro, just head to the Auto Rig Pro page on my site and you'll discover my extensive tutorials. All tutorials are free here on YouTube and ready for you to dive in. BlendRig is another powerful and completely free auto rigger. It has been used in Blender Open Movies and other professional productions, and it delivers a rig capable of more advanced deformations than most other tools. Unfortunately, BlendRig hasn't gained the same mainstream popularity as Rigify or Auto Rig Pro, probably because it is not as beginner-friendly, and the rigging process can feel complex at first. But if you're willing to dig in, you'll be rewarded with one of the most complete auto rigs available for Blender, especially for humanoid characters. There is no CG dive tutorial about this add-on yet, but you'll find guides by other users. Check them out. CloudRig is currently the official auto rigger used inside the Blender Animation Studio. But since Blender is open source, we all get to use it. In Blender, go to Edit, Preferences, Get Extensions, find CloudRig and install it, and it will be ready for use. Since CloudRig is a fork of Rigify, it shares a lot of similarities with its older brother. For example, it features meta rigs, which you just need to align to a character, so it's very easy to get started with. At the same time, CloudRig offers a lot of customization options if you're ready to dig deeper. Right now, one of the main learning resources about CloudRig is behind a paywall on the Blender Studio training site, but you'll also find some free resources on my site. Before we move on to the lesser known add-ons, you might be wondering, should I be using an auto rigger in the first place? Here is my advice. If you're new, take the time to learn the basics of manual rigging first. It will give you a much deeper understanding of how auto rigging works under the hood. And who knows, you might even decide to stick with manual rigging. To get started, check out CG Dive's new free course, Rigging Isn't Scary. It covers the fundamentals, step by step, and it's suitable for complete beginners. In fact, CG Dive now offers a pretty complete rigging learning path, and most of the content is totally free. So if you're just starting out, don't rush into the add-ons. Take the time to learn the fundamentals. And when it comes to rigging skills, just stay on this channel. But if you're getting into Blender, you may find that learning rigging is just one piece of the puzzle. For other creative skills, I can recommend Skillshare, the sponsor of this video. Skillshare is the largest online learning platform for creatives, with thousands of classes including Blender, 3D animation, design, filmmaking, and a lot more. I tend to recommend Skillshare for their character animation classes. Animation is a skill related to rigging, but it's currently lacking on CG Dive. This is a little list of animation courses that I made for myself. I'm going through it whenever I have the time, and I'm leveling up my own animation skills. But whether it's animation or another part of the 3D workflow or some other creative or business skill, there is always something new to learn on Skillshare. The first 500 people to use my link in the description box down below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So give it a go, I think you'll like it. Alright, now let's explore some lesser known and honestly underrated auto riggers. I think Mantis Rigging Nodes is one of the most exciting add-ons in the Blender rigging space right now. It's like geometry nodes, but for armatures. With these nodes, you can build your own auto rigger that generates exactly the kind of rig that you want. Fair warning though, like geometry nodes, Mantis can get technical. The base add-on is actually aimed at technical artists and not the average Blender user. However, once a node tree has been created, it can be shared and reused, meaning that anyone can take advantage of it, even without technical knowledge. So if you've got some rigging and technical skills, you could build a custom auto rigger tailored to your needs. Who knows, maybe you'll even create the next Rigify and you can either share it with the community or sell it as a product. I'm probably going to dive deeper into Mantis and make some videos about it. If that's something you would like to see, let me know in the comments. Your opinion makes a big difference. Quick note, there was an earlier attempt to create a node-based rigging add-on. It was simply called Rigging Nodes. Unfortunately, development appears to be on hold. The add-on is still available, but only works in Blender 3.6 and earlier. Also, don't confuse these add-ons with the Rig Nodes project. That is a separate initiative by the official Blender team. It's a prototype for a future rigging system. It's exciting but not ready for use yet. Rig on the Fly is another add-on with enormous potential. This tool isn't just an auto rigger, it also introduces a completely new way of animating in Blender. The concept is simple but powerful. You start with a simple deform rig and the add-on builds features like IK, aim constraints, custom pivots, and more on the fly when you need them. That's a radically different workflow compared to most other rigs. It's built around the idea of space switching. One thing to note, every time you change how the rig behaves, you'll need to bake your keyframes. If you are a traditional keyframe animator, this may feel a bit strange at first, but the freedom and control it unlocks can be worth it. On the other hand, if you've done motion capture editing, you might feel right at home with Rig on the Fly. In fact, that is probably one of the simplest use cases of this add-on. Import your motion capture data, do a quick setup, and you'll have your motion capture running with IK in seconds, ready to be edited. I'd love to explore this add-on in more depth in the future. Rig Creator might just be the next big thing in Blender auto rigging. The add-on is currently free on Gumroad, and my initial impression was extremely positive. I rigged my character using the pre-built human rig, and everything just worked. The setup just made sense out of the box. The final armature includes all of the feature that you would expect from a professional rig, and then some. What's more, Edward is constantly posting cool updates on social media. He seems to be one of these rare creators who can rig, animate, and code all at a high level. I'm expecting big things from this add-on. Next up is Auto Rig by Samuel Borland, a rigging TD at Disney. Naturally, my expectations were high, and honestly, this feels like some sort of black magic. This add-on actually comes in the shape of a blend file and not the usual zip file. So just open it and click Allow Execution, and that will load a script that will allow you to work with the add-on. At first, it looks like a regular rig. It has IK-FK switching and a face rig. Very nice, but nothing we haven't seen. But here is where it gets interesting. I'll select the character and we have some shape keys. If I tweak one of the shape key, the character will change. And let me zero out the whole rig. And now the rig doesn't fit the character anymore. But if I go to the rig setup, I can press snap placement bones. And you may have to press this button twice, check the readme for details, and then you press snap rig bones. And now the whole rig is aligned to the new shape of the character. And even the face rig works perfectly. And you can go back to the shapes and even kind of mix them. And again, do the process, click snap placement bones twice, and then snap rig bones. Honestly, I have no idea how this works, but it's pretty amazing. And you can also create your own character. Just zero out everything, the rig and the shapes, create a new shape, set the shape to 1, and go to edit mode or sculpt mode and shape the character as you wish. You can make changes to the face as well. But if you offset the whole face, then you'll have to create a shape key for the eyes and teeth and so on and match them as well. So I won't go that far in this example. But now I can do the process again, snap placement bones twice and snap rig bones. And here is the rig aligned to my custom character. So this is super cool, but obviously this is not an add-on like Rigify, which aims to help you rig anything. The system is limited to this kind of character, and rigging your own mesh is not really the goal. I can see how it can be useful to animators who want to practice animation with a variety of characters and a consistent rig. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit. So far, we've covered complete character auto-riggers, tools that create the full rig for you, including deform bones, controllers, and more. Next, we'll take a look at some specialized auto-riggers. The first category is Deform Rig Generators, which create only the deform rig and possibly do the skinning. And the most popular one among them, almost annoyingly so, is Miximo. We all know Miximo. You upload your character, you place some markers, and boom, your character is rigged, and you can even apply one of the many animations available on the platform. I have an extensive playlist all about Miximo. You'll find the link on my site. AccuRig is a standalone app similar to Miximo, and in fact it tried to compete with it. It's a solid tool, but I don't feel like it's going to replace Miximo, which remains incredibly popular. That said, I do have videos about AccuRig if you want to give it a try. Then there is LazyBones, a Blender add-on based on geometry nodes. It takes any object and it shrinks it down to a set of edges. Then it generates bones from these edges. It's a bit gimmicky, but also kind of awesome. And it has some real-world applications, as you'll find in my review and tutorial. Lastly, BRigNet was an interesting experiment. It uses a neural network, or AI as it's called today, to generate deform bones automatically for any type of character. But unfortunately, it seems to be deprecated now, and I don't think you can get it running at all. On the flip side of Deform Rig Generators, we also have Control Rig Generators. These are tools that can take a simple deform rig and turn it into a more animation-friendly rig with IK and other control mechanisms. AutoRig Pro Quick Rig is probably the most versatile and reliable tool in this category. Keep in mind that Quick Rig is a paid add-on, and you also need the main AutoRig Pro add-on on top of that. And the Miximo add-on is a control rig generator specifically designed for characters rigged on the Miximo platform. While that's a bit of a limitation, this add-on makes Miximo even more powerful, and it makes it into one of the easiest ways to rig and animate a character, even if you have zero rigging experience. XPKit is another tool worth checking out. It can generate control rigs, handle retargeting, and help with export to game engines. I haven't used it in a while, but I do have an older video that covers this add-on in action. As for the rest of the tools in this space, I haven't used them extensively, but I've heard good things about Retargify. Just heads up, always be cautious of what Blender version is supported by a specific add-on. Of course, that is especially important for paid add-ons. because some of them may not support the latest Blender versions and you may end up wasting your money. So always verify the supported Blender versions and also check with the developer for the latest updates. Did you think we were done here? Not yet. Blender also has auto riggers that specialize in face rigging. The powerhouse add-on in this category is Face It. It's a paid add-on, it's actually kinda pricey, but if you need to rig faces and animate them using ARKit Face Mockup, it's easily worth the price. And if you don't know what ARKit is, it's okay. I have free videos that will teach you how to use Face It, all about ARKit and everything else you need to know. And finally, we also have vehicle auto riggers. There are quite a few paid add-ons in this category, especially if you're looking for some specialized functionality. But one of the best places to start is Rigify. It's a completely free add-on packed with powerful features. So if you need to rig a car in Blender, this should be your first stop. But in this category, we also have some highly specialized tools for rigging ships, drones, helicopters, and more. Check them out if you're working on one of these specific types of vehicle. So with so much variety, what should you be using? If you don't know much about rigging and you don't care about learning, then the Miximo website and the Miximo add-on for Blender are your best bet. They are very easy to use, but again, I want to warn you that if you know nothing about rigging, sooner or later you will run into problems. That is why I recommend learning at least the basics of rigging. You can do that with my free course, Rigging Isn't Scary. If you just watch level 1, which is less than an hour, you will learn a lot of important basics and fundamentals. If you need a versatile auto rigger for characters and creatures, check out Rigify. It's a bit quirky, but it is battle tested and my learning resources will keep you on the right path. If you want more reliability and better user experience, go for AutoRig Pro, and again I have tutorials about it. If you want to try something new, then Rig Creator or Cloud Rig look pretty solid. Mantis rigging nodes and Rig on the Fly are amazing, but mostly suitable for advanced users. For face rigging and mockup, Face It is a one add-on solution. And if you need to rig a vehicle, check out Rigify for free or some of the paid add-ons for advanced and specialized solutions. And there you have it, Blender's many auto riggers. No doubt we'll see even more of these in the future. And I cannot update this video, but I can keep my website current. So head over to addons.cgdive.com, rigging, auto rigging, and you'll find the most up-to-date list. If you like this video, you know what to do, like, subscribe, and definitely leave a comment. And let me know which add-on you're most excited about. By the way, if you're looking for some free rigging and animation extensions for Blender, you can check out this video. How many auto rigging add-ons for Blender can you? How many auto rigging?